Colin Powell, first Black Secretary of State, dies at 84 from complications of COVID-19. Former Secretary of State Colin Powell died Monday morning due to complications from COVID-19, his family announced. He was 84. Powell, the first Black Secretary of State and the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, was fully vaccinated, his family said in a post on his Facebook page. But Powell had battled various other health ailments, and had been treated for multiple myeloma, a type of blood cancer that affects white blood cells and can severely compromise the immune system. His wife, Alma, also had a breakthrough case of COVID-19, but responded to treatment. "We want to thank the medical staff at Walter Reed National Medical Center for their caring treatment," the Powell family wrote. "We have lost a remarkable and loving husband, father, grandfather and a great American." Born April 5, 1937, in Harlem, New York, to Jamaican immigrants, Powell was a groundbreaking figure in Washington and garnered respect from both sides of the aisle. Powell joined the U.S. Army after graduating from college in 1958. Across his 35-year military career, he served 2 tours in Vietnam and was stationed in West Germany and South Korea. He would go on to serve in top roles under 4 presidents, first as National Security Advisor to President Ronald Reagan, and then as Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff under President George H. Bush and President Bill Clinton, the first African American to hold the role. Powell then was tapped by President George W. Bush as Secretary of State. Powell led the State Department during the September 11, 2001, terror attacks and favored taking military action against al-Qaeda. He also supported the invasion of Iraq and appeared before the United Nations to present evidence that Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. The chief justification for the war in Iraq, however, rested on bad intelligence. Powell would go on to call his 2003 speech before the United Nations describing the weapons program in Iraq a blot on his record. While Powell served primarily Republican presidents and was floated as a possible candidate himself, he drifted away from the GOP in his later years. The retired 4-star general endorsed former President Barack Obama in 2008 over Republican nominee Senator John McCain, and again in 2012. He backed Hillary Clinton in 2016, and supported President Biden over former President Donald Trump in 2020, and said Mr. Trump lies all the time and was not an effective president. In a statement Monday, Mr. Bush praised Powell as a great public servant whose counsel and experience was relied upon by presidents of both parties, and said he and former First Lady Laura Bush are deeply saddened by his death. He was such a favorite of presidents that he earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom, twice. He was highly respected at home and abroad. And most important, Colin was a family man and a friend, Mr. Laura and I send Alma and their children our sincere condolences as they remember the life of a great man. Former Vice President Dick Cheney, who was Secretary of Defense in 1991 when he and Powell oversaw the expulsion of Iraqi troops from Kuwait during the First Gulf War, said he was deeply saddened to learn that America has lost a leader and statesman. Working with him during Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm, I saw firsthand General Powell's dedication to the United States and his commitment to the brave and selfless men and women who serve our country in uniform, Cheney said in a statement. Colin was a trailblazer and role model for so many, the son of immigrants who rose to become National Security Advisor, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and Secretary of State. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin told reporters he lost a tremendous personal friend and mentor, and said it's tremendous personal friend and mentor. The world lost one of the greatest leaders that we have ever witnessed, Austin said, adding Powell always provided counsel to him on difficult issues. The world lost one of the greatest leaders that we have ever witnessed,